You are now listening to the Art of Winning show with your host and co-host, Eddie Truck Gordon and Miyoko Taylor, two best-selling authors. Eddie Truck Gordon is New York Emmy award-winning fighter, UFC Ultimate Fighter champion. Miyoko Taylor is a celebrity personal development coach and thought leader. Both have mastered the art of winning. It's never too late to tap into your amazing, and remember, success has no age limit.
Welcome, everybody. You are now listening to the Art of Winning podcast. I'm your co-host, Miyoko Taylor. As always, we have the wonderfully amazing Forever Trucking Man himself, Eddie Truck Gordon, my amazing co-host. We have an amazing guest today. If you are all just tuning in for the first time, our philosophy on this show is we bring real leaders that come together to share real experiences that result in real success. We are 100% authentic here. So this woman herself, she's been featured on Dr. Oz. She's been featured on many media publications. She has an awesome personality, and some of you can't see because this is the audio, but she has wonderful decor.
Very good decor. That was one of the first things I noticed.
And one of the things I really, she's a little near and dear to me because we actually took emotional mastery coaching together. I don't know if you know that or not, Eddie, you probably don't. So we were actually in one of the same coaching classes, and it was a phenomenal experience. But I'm going to get out of the way here because I could talk forever, and she's going to introduce herself. This is the wonderfully amazing, talented, awesome, gifted Candice Camille. Ladies
oh my goodness. Thank you guys for being here, Miyoko. You have a special place in my heart. And now you two, Eddie the truck. You're going to have to tell me what that truck means. What that truck means. But I'm Candice Camille, known as the Wellologist, the number one Wellologist around the world. And basically is that I teach women to just be well. There's so much to being well other than eating right and exercising. Right. And I think we miss that across the board as a whole. And that's why we're always stopping and starting. There's that thing that you have to be whole. So we teach them to build mind equity as well as body equity. One of my tags is that you can't get your body tight until you get your mind right. So basically my whole empire is talking about what's in your mind. So I come every day just like today, I come here to give y'all some mind money. And that's basically what that is. And you're talking about building your mental muscle so your life muscle can be okay. So that's what I teach. I am CEO of Candice Camille Enterprises. And what does that encapsulate it? I have a Pure Euphoria Wellness Boutique where I operate as, the wellologist and teaching women how to turn their ton of bricks into a brick house. And I also was the COO of Willpower Gym. And, and I pretty much run operations there as well as being a personal trainer. And last and certainly not least, that global speaker that has literally come from living in a phone booth to speaking on global stages. So basically to sum it all up, I'm a transformational and a performance expert across the board because I believe life is all about performing. I've been performing for the last 40 years of my life at my house.
I saw you shaking your head, Eddie. You're just shaking your head the whole time.
You look like you're 30, so I don't know about.
Come on now. See, I know I like this dude. Let me tell you. Come on. I love it. Keep it coming.
let me tell you something. The whole time you were speaking, people can't see me on the podcast, but when we do the audio and the visual combined, they're going to see me. I was blown away by everything you're saying. I feel like I'm looking in the mirror, but just looking at somebody a lot better looking and smarter than myself. But everything.
I don't know, ladies. Y'all may can't see this, but I got two cute dudes over here. Wait a minute. Let me bring a little estrogen up into that. I got some cute dudes.
Oh, man. I love it. And the one thing that we didn't touch upon that you actually said, and I'm blown away. It's not just International Women of the Month, but that's kind of what the theme is. We want to get powerful women, give you strong, educated women the platform that you deserve. But everything that you're saying, it transcends not just gender, not just race. It's powerful. And I preach that. Me and Miyoko always talk about it. And I tell people, I'm not even you know this, but I was over 300 pounds. And I tell people, I didn't decide to get in shape until my mind was right. And I feel like all of these fitness gurus and all of these people that are trying to make $1 and not genuine like you are, trying to help people, they focus on the outside problem, not the inner side problem. Because you said it best. It starts from the mindset, the inner. If you're not right with the, what's your saying, your tag? If you make your mind,
get your body tight if your mind ain't right.
I love it. I love that. You were saying that, and I was like getting goosebumps because it speaks volumes. When I work with clients, whether it's my private clients, I tell them, listen, I don't want to take your money if your mind's not ready to get in shape, because I don't care how much I teach you and preach and give you everything. Until you're ready here, your body's not going to come into form. And we got to bring it full circle. I'm in love. I'm blown away.
I love it. And you know what? It's absolutely amazing, because I tell folks all the time, you know, Eddie, that weight loss is the bonus to being. Because well, your body gonna go where it needs to go. And congratulations for 300 pounds. With it, in knowing, see, you become that manifestation of what's possible. You know, I was 215 pounds. I become that manifestation of what's possible. So if you're willing, you know, one of the biggest things we say, and Yoko, we talked about this, is that I think, you know, a lot of people say that convenience is the best commodity, and I beg to differ with them. I think patience is the best commodity, because you have to, just like this show, when you're talking about the art of winning, how do you really win in your life? And that you have to be patient. You have to be patient with yourself in order to stay in it, because we can all start it, but very few of us are staying. You know, I said last night that you have to get in it, you know, you have to start it, you have to do it, then you have to stay it, and then you have to be it. And that takes a lot of patience when you're talking about transforming and your change.
So we could talk all day, because like I said, she's near and dear to me, because we share some of the same experiences. But tell the audience, I mean, this amazing person that we see now, all these things you accomplished, all the amazing frame of minds, the slogans that just really hit home and really personify what it is you do. What led you to this point? What led to the transformation in your life? Take us back a little bit to the person you may have been before this amazing, amazing woman we see now.
And you know what? There's always a dip. And you know, when you go back in our life, and my dip is this, that I'm a cancer conqueror. You know, I kicked cancer's ass 30 years ago, just about 30 years ago. And it takes something that's going to change your perception, that's going to change your perspective. One or two things is going to happen. You're either gonna fall in love with your life, or you're gonna die inside your life and not even know it. And I chose to fall in love with me. I chose to have a love affair with me, and realizing after God spared my life with the cancer, I had throat cancer. So, you know, y'all see me, big as my mouth is. Could you imagine them taking my voice away? You know, so with that being said, I had something called ACC, which is assistant carcinoma, assistant adenoid carcinoma. And one of the things that, along with God, you know, we always go to prayer, especially when something wrong. We're like, oh, God, come and help us. You know, that's one of the biggest times we go. But one of the things I know about God, and I've learned over the years, is that He already given us what we need. Now it's our turn, that we have to take the reins and do some work. So a lot of us are high behind Jesus. I was one of them, thinking He was just going to fix some stuff. But nothing can get fixed without you in it. There's some work that you have to do. And you have to say, you know what is that thing? And then you have to figure out what is that thing. So going through the cancer and healing, yes, I went through the chemo, I went through the radiation, and I can tell you now, and this is just my personal take on it, that the cure was worse than the disease itself. You know, so I decided to step away from what Western medicine called the cure. Right? And I started to jump over here in Eastern medicine and start going back to my grandmother days. You know, I needed to go back in the backyard and start digging some stuff and getting in the dirt and understanding, like, what is it that's really going to get me well? And I came to this conclusion. I came to that if you eat right and you move, that you have a better possibility of getting well. But as long as I was taking the chemo, I wasn't able to move. So I had to fall back on what was taught to us long ago, that we tend to let go because why? We let convenience get in our way.
Right.
So I went back to the motherland, I dare say. I went back to reading, my 3 books that I read to get me, and I still read these books to this day. It's the Bible itself, because Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And I fall back on him. Matter of fact, I am, so in a sense where that's my number one thing. So the Bible is always there. I follow that plan. I also go back to eating, and that's just how to eat. My grandmother used to say, baby, if it walks across the earth, you shouldn't be eating it.
Wow. Candice, you are a wealth of gold. Miyoko kept your secret from me way too long.
I told you, man. I mean, she's giving so many amazing nuggets, man. So many amazing nuggets.
When he told me about you, and I started doing a little digging. Sometimes
we lost you.
There you go. Oh.
There you are.
So sometimes I don't want to dig too deep, because I want to actually talk to you and get it from your perspective. Everything you're saying, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm so blown away. I love everything you're talking about, whether it's from what across the earth we shouldn't eat. Everybody wants to be strong as an ox. What does an ox eat? Grass. People always talk about, when you look at a pool, why is, if the pool is not circulating, not moving, it builds up fungus, algae. That's the human body. We're over 90% water. Everything you're saying is what I've been.
You guys are just in the zone.
Yeah. It is amazing what you're saying. Like the world needs to know. And that's why I am so excited. Listeners, if you guys are listening right now, you guys have to keep calling in, keep sending us emails, keep picking the brain, because when we have guests like Candice on, it is a wealth of knowledge, and I am so blown away. Like, I'm speechless, and I will get speechless. I will get starstruck. I'm super starstruck right now, because I just feel that the knowledge, the power that you have in your head, like, your platform has to explode. We have to get the world, everybody in the world is gonna be a better place if they get in front and be able to sit, hear you speak, and hear some of the gems. I'm truly grateful to have you on. And I have a question, because I'm ranting. I got like 1,000 in the top of my head right now. Who could you look back on as somebody that was like a big influence in your life, that kind of gave you the guidance, almost like a mentor?
That's my grandmother. I tell her she's my biggest chick. But understand this, when we look back and what was really infused to us. My grandmother died when I was 8 years old. So everything that you hear was taught to me before 8 years old. So she has been putting into me. And again, we lose it along the way. And somehow I always call it, she gave me an injection. And it really didn't take full force until I really, really needed it. Because a lot of times we let life come in, and life knock us down. So a lot of things just get masked. But when you're really, really ready, the things that was taught to you, and as Miyoko always say, we talk about our belief systems. You go back to the original standard operating procedure. So my grandma is my biggest chick of all. She comes through. She's large and in charge of my life.
Well, I have to chime in here, because one of the words that I keep thinking about is self-awareness. I mean, everybody has that particular moment and that period in their life where it's, me and Eddie have a similar story, because I was severely overweight. I mean, I was working at a 9-to-5 that I hated, was in a horrible relationship. That was the breaking point for me. Like, that was my rock bottom at that particular time, where I had to make a decision. And that caused me to become self-aware for one of the first times in my life. And I didn't really realize that through everyday life and just living life on accident, just going through these particular emotions with life, that I was burying the things that were great about me, the unique talents, gifts, passions, desires. So I often tell people, your greatest passion, your greatness is often found underneath the surface. So what you're talking about truly resonates with me, Eddie, and it's amazing how.
I think that's me, felt.
Can you hear us, Candice? Yeah, I think that's Candice.
It may be.
Yeah, I think it's on Candice's end. We're gonna edit this anyway. So I'll just pick up where it's edited. So, but yeah, I think it's really amazing how all three of us have different stories, but have similar visions. It's like we have experienced this form of transformation in our lives, but the first key, and I have a quote that I say, self-awareness is the foundation for transformation. Because without being self-aware, you don't even really know what state where you stand in your life. So maybe your situation was the cancer, and being in that particular period in your life. Eddie, yours was, being 300 pounds overweight and realizing that, this life was more than just this and the situations that you were in and the money and all the things that you were experiencing. Life was more than that. My situation was a little similar, but we all had a situation to where it caused us to look at what's going on in here and what's going on up here. And like you said, belief systems are so important. I deal with clients all the time, and I know Candice and Eddie, you can attest to all this because we're all coaches. That's the awesome thing. We're all coaches. So we deal with people and we ask questions. And one of the questions we may commonly ask other people is, okay, why are you here? What got you to this point? Yeah. And then when you start to realize, they start talking, you will find out that they have these beliefs and these ingrained thought processes that go back towards, being 5, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And they never really stop to think about this until people like us come along and say, hey, you know what? We've had a transformational experience. So let's tap into you and ask you the right questions. And they're like, oh my God, this is why things are the way that, that they are. So when you're talking about you can't get the body tight until the mind is right, that's just another way of saying, finding your amazing or success is an inside job.
Come on now. Yes.
It's all the same thing. It's just like forever trucking and mastering the will to win. We are all saying the same exact thing. It's just another way of saying it. And
it all means the same. And you're talking about, even with being aware, when I think of awareness, I just think of truth. See, because a lot of us just don't own our truth. And until you can own that truth, I call them my inner chicks. I'm going to have to call y'all dudes, right? Y'all have to remember I'm always talking to women. But I know I got about 5 chicks in me. So it was a matter is I had to figure out who's the power. This chick was leading me. I have my fat chick, that was leading me, girl, you don't need to eat that. Just go on this hamburger. That's your inners talking to you. I call them chicks. I'm like, you got to punch them in the throat and tell them to go sit down somewhere. Yeah. Because that's you being aware and owning your truth. And when you're talking about that, that's the first thing coming around. Like, you got to tell your truth, because your mind, one of the things I do want to let people know, because about the gut and the mind, one of the things about when you hear gut instinct, women intuition, or I should have, did that first because that's what my gut told me.
We're going somewhere.
And yeah, come on now, because now, my background is medical, so I get to get a little
the gut-brain barrier, man. I know where you're going.
So when you're talking about your mind and your brain, your mind actually is the editor. So the neurons that come in your brain, and I'm just going to get a little deep here, but y'all bear with me because I'm going to get to something that we actually understand. It's going to be just that simplistic. So this is just why it happened. It's like our brain gets these thoughts, but our mind is the editor, and it started interfering with the neurons. So that first thought is now split. So that's why your mind talks you in and out of stuff in 16 seconds, right? But the actual thought center is your gut. See, there is no editor there. So when you get that gut feeling and it tell you what you should do, you need to do it. Don't listen to your mind. Get out of your head and get in your gut. It's going to lead you every time. Get out of your head.
Candice, I'm in love. I am so blown away. It's like, boo, that is so wild. And I cannot believe the amount of personal development I've done in this world. And I'm always learning. I say, you're never too old, you're never too young. So you're never too old to learn, you're never too young to teach. And I've never heard that before. And I am so beyond grateful for this show right now. I'm so beyond grateful for you. Like, I always tell Miyoko, like, how are we going to outdo that last episode? How are we going to outdo that? I am blown.
Can I have him? Wait a minute. I need to bring him with me.
They're going to have to do a part 2 because there's so much. Like, listen, International Women's Month.
You know what? We may have to consider doing some type of wellness or some type of mind and body type of
because we have to, because I think
event or something, because I really, it's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing history in the making, because I had no idea. I know you have Truck 365, but I had no idea how you guys would resonate on this particular level. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. It's a lot of value, folks. If you are not listening to this podcast, this is a prime example of why you should never miss an episode.
Exactly. And I'm so, my mind is so blown. I'm like literally, usually I'm the talker, Candice. Like, Yoko has to jump in and tell me to shut up and stop hogging the guests.
He's quiet. You got him quiet.
I'm never speechless. You got me speechless today, because I'm sitting here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm jotting stuff down so the camera can't see me. I'm just like, I'm trying to grab a hold of some of this beautiful knowledge that you're dropping on us, because it's priceless. In all of my years, and I believe that mindset is everything. If you want to be successful,
absolutely,
mindset's got to click in. And not once have I ever said, you know what, you got to listen to that gut feeling, because there's no editor there. And that is so beautiful, and that hit home for me. I hope you listeners are got a pen, got a piece of paper, and you're jotting down this stuff. Hit the replay, hit the favorite button, because Candice Camille is dropping bombs. I am blown away, and you owe it to somebody in your life to share this podcast, share Candice's message. Candice, where can our listeners, get a hold of you on social media, email, whatever is your primary source of contact? Because they need
everywhere.
I am. Thank you for asking that. But I am at the Wellologist, of course, social media. That's Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm at the Wellologist everywhere. And on Facebook is where my platforms are mostly. I'm Candice Camille. I mean, I am full with friends, so you can definitely follow me. But I have Plank Talk Nation on Facebook in my groups. I'm a part of Black CEO there. So it's so many places that you can actually locate me across the board. You can also go to my website, which is CandiceCamille.com, and you can contact me, with any question, with any information, all of my speaker stuff. If you're looking for someone to come and make your room go boom, because that's what I do.
You're like my inner. I am. Oh my God! Listen, Yoko, I think we just found a new business partner for our marketing company.
Right. So
come on now.
So tell them real quick before we get into the famous challenge. Tell them about this Guinness Book of World Records you're going.
Yes. Tell them about the records.
And like I said, in that circle, I'm known as the gangster planker. And sometimes, just like in life, you got to get gangster with some stuff. And what does gangster mean without using the negative overture of it? It means that you're just going in and you're snatching your own power, that you're in charge of your own power. So you got to get gangster with some stuff. So I sort of got gangster with planking, And we don't have time for the backstory of why I started it, but it did become a purpose in my life, because if you've ever planked before and try to hold your own body weight up, it's a mind thing, but what happens is your body starts to shiver, your body starts to shake. And what I understood about that's where change takes place. So you have to feel the shake, you have to feel the shiver, you have to feel it in order for change to take. And planking was the only singular exercise that I can come up with as a personal trainer that can give you that in 1 to 3 minutes a day, as entrepreneurs, we say we don't have no time. Come on, I say you got a minute, because it only takes 1 minute to transform your life. All you got to do is get in it, right? It's not about getting up, it's about staying up. Can you hold you? So that's what planking is about. So what that is that, so I decided I've been planking. Today is day 802. I've been planking for 802 days straight. I can plank for 94 minutes straight.
What?
2 years ago, I took it to the world and asked the world to just come in, because if you do this, you really could.
94 minutes?
Yeah. I was wondering
you can hold a plank for 94 minutes?
And she kept on going as if that wasn't like that was. I have a client that literally tries to outplank me, and she does. I'm not even gonna try to front. And I held her plank, and she did, I want to say 14 minutes, and I was blown away with 14 minutes.
94 minutes.
That's insane. I don't even know if I could watch TV that long, let alone plank.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you understand what she just said. She can hold a plank for 94 minutes.
Wow.
That is an hour and a half.
Plus. That is, I got clients that can't plank for 94 seconds. That is unbelievable.
And you just kicked me. I just want you to know, you kicked me in my throat this morning. You kicked me in my throat this afternoon.
You got to punch in the throat.
Yeah, you punched me. You punched me. No, she MMA'd me. She MMA'd me, Eddie. She went UFC on me, man.
Yo, I'm blown away.
Wow.
Listen.
But here's the deal about that, Eddie and Nyoko. We always hear practice makes permanent. And what I say is practice brings progress. See, because when you practice this thing, I'm at 802, just like anything else, if you stay in it, you get to see your result, but you got to know where you're traveling to. See, one of the things I always say about me is that I'm on the hunt for the person I've yet to become. So I'm still traveling. I'm still traveling. So that's what the planking is about. We get to travel and build our life 1 minute at a time. And God. I do it every day. And I would love for you guys and everybody that's on here listening, join us in Plank Talk Nation.
I got to now. I have to.
Boy, I'm joining the challenge.
I have to.
The world is my.
So we reached the point of our episode where we talk about a challenge. So this is you talking to the audience. You're the guest here. We could go on. I wish we could go on forever. But we bring to the challenge. So what is it you want to challenge everybody listening today? You've given so much already, but what is something you want to leave everybody with?
I challenge you to have a love affair with yourself. I challenge you to have a love affair with yourself, just like you would do any dude, just like you would do any girl. You gotta date yourself. You got to do the things for you that you're willing to do other people. I know y'all thought I was coming with the plank, but see, the plank is in the middle of the love thing. See, when you have a love affair with you, because my dude would do anything for me. I do anything for my dude, but we're not willing to do it for ourselves. So I challenge you here to really, really have a love affair with yourself and jot that down. What does that mean? You got to hold hands with yourself, right? You got to take yourself out to dinner. So when you're talking about dating, you got to have some orgasmic moments, and I'm going to stop on that because I want you to get that, See, even in having that love affair with yourself, it has to be orgasmic. That feeling that makes your head go back and curl your toes. You got to be able to feel that for yourself. We are all willing to do it for other people, and especially women, but these days men too. But are you willing to have that love affair with yourself and give you that feeling where your head about you, where it rolls your eyes in the back of your head and your head go back and you curl your toes and ain't nobody there but you? I challenge you to have a love affair with yourself.
Wow, I think you just titled this episode of the Power Pod. I'm blown away. I'm speechless. I can't even go on. my head is blown. My mind is. I think this might be I feel so bad saying this. This might be one of our first podcasts that I am going to probably listen to after editing and all that stuff is done. I'm going to listen to this one probably every morning. I'm telling you right now, Candice, you just took a piece of Les Brown's time, because I do a lot of personal development in the morning, and I'm a big Les Brown, but you just stole a big segment of
but don't me too, but don't tell him we weren't there.
Oh man, I love it. Like that, listeners, if you came in late on the podcast and you have to speed up, or the kids are acting crazy, or the dog is taking over the house,
you need to listen to this.
You need to listen to that. That is so powerful, and I needed that. I accept all the challenges that we always come up with, but I needed that. I needed that because I am so guilty of doing, like, whether it's sex, whether it's taking care of everybody else, helping people. And I say it to people on videos, you know, if you're in the airplane and the airplane's going down, that mask drops, they first tell you put that mask on yourself before you help the kids, elders. And I tell people, but I don't live it. And you just reinforced it today, Candice. I thank you. I'm so grateful for you.
And that's it, everybody. That is an episode of The Art of Winning.
I absolutely loved it. Thank you. What a nice interruption into your day. And I want everybody to know all interruptions aren't bad, y'all. This was an absolute interruption that I will take with me through my day and put a smile on my face. So thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Miyoko, for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And always remember to listen in. If you haven't subscribed yet, let this be the episode that pushes you to the limit to subscribe. We'll talk to all of you guys soon. Continue to listen to us every weekend and out. And remember, the art of winning is a process. And just like Candice Camille said, the practice results in progress. She's got me so tripped up, I can't even say it, guys. Till next time. See you guys later.
Thank you.